Hi everyone, welcome to Real Science Challenge. I'm Kent Louie, science teacher and talking head. Talking about science education and broadcasting from beautiful Vancouver, Canada. This is episode 84. And I love a good multiple choice question. One that asks something out of the ordinary. One that isn't based on straight memorization. And one that includes thoughtful distractors. Not ones that say all the above or include an obvious wrong answer. I don't use multiple choice questions on my tests anymore because I actually haven't found a good set that provides a range of questions that assesses different levels of proficiency. However, I was wondering if ChatGPT or AI might be able to craft good questions, good multiple choice questions for me to use that assesses that range of competency. Now I'll show you my results in a second, but before I continue, handouts for this episode are available at realsciencechallenge.com/EP84. Now first, we asked ChatGPT this question. Write 3 multiple choice questions about atomic structure and subatomic particles. 1 question for the beginner learner, 1 question for the proficient learner, and 1 question for the advanced student. Include the answer key and reasons as to why each distractor is incorrect. Now, this is what ChatGPT came up with, all right? First impressions. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. There's actually a logical progression, nice separation. Here's the beginner learner question, okay? Here over here is the proficient learner question, and here we have the advanced learner question. All right, there's also, as it requested, answer keys on the bottom. Okay, distractors appear all plausible, and they also have an explanation as to why each distractor was wrong. Okay, however, I did notice that 2 of these questions were incorrect. The proficient question and the advanced questions had an incorrect answer key. And I was also wondering whether the last question about quantum states would be too difficult. Because to me, an advanced student isn't one who just knows a whole bunch of stuff, at the next grade level, that is. An advanced student is one who can take information that everybody has gained at the same grade level and use it in a different context. So I wondered if this question, this advanced question, was just too advanced, beyond that grade level. So to check this, I asked ChatGPT to write 3 more multiple choice questions. But this time I asked it to connect it to middle school chemistry under the NGSS. That's the Next Generation Science Standards. And this is to make sure that all questions corresponded to the correct curriculum. Now again, I had a couple of pleasant surprises. Each question was linked to a specific outcome. And again, answer key and an explanation as to why the distractor was wrong. The questions appear to follow the same pattern as well. Beginner level questions tend to talk about subatomic particles and those details. A proficient level question tends to utilize atomic number or mass or charge to basically determine the number of electrons or protons or neutrons in an atom. And the advanced question tends to ask about electrons jumping from one level to the next, or basically quantum levels. So then I wondered if ChatGPT would be able to give me different multiple choice questions if I asked it to connect questions to the NGSS, but this time for high school chemistry. And since high school chemistry is more advanced than middle school chemistry, I would expect questions at the high school level to be different than the middle school level. Unfortunately, the results this time were quite disappointing. Okay, so questions that ChatGPT generated were basically the same at each level compared to the middle school. Take a look at the beginner level question for high school. It's still talking about the characteristics of subatomic particles. So then I asked ChatGPT to create 3 more middle school questions and 3 more high school questions. I got much the same. It was just different wording. So one more experiment I tried. I wanted to see if ChatGPT could give me a better range of questions that could be used at each proficiency level. Beginner, proficient, and advanced. So this time I asked for 9 questions, not 3, but 9 questions in total. I wanted 3 beginner, 3 proficient, and 3 advanced questions. And this time, I don't have a printout of it, by the way. I was quite pleasantly surprised because it did actually produce a good cross-section of questions. And it followed that same pattern as before. Beginner questions focused on the basic subatomic particles. Proficient had numbers and number of protons, neutrons, and electrons. And advanced talked about electron clouds and configurations. Now you can see the full chat on the link in my handouts, so you can take a look at all the questions that I asked and that variation. It was actually really, really cool to see that variation. So I guess the good thing about ChatGPT is that it really honed in on what a beginner level question is, what a proficient level question is, and what an advanced question is as well. So would I use ChatGPT to craft questions? I would. But I also recognize that I still need to make sure, number one, that the answers to the questions are correct. Because remember, I had 2 questions that were incorrect. And number 2, I need to make sure that the content is appropriate to the grade level and that it is differentiated correctly. That is, it fits with what I believe beginner, proficient, and advanced should be at that grade level. So at the end of the day, it still comes down to this: our creative teacher brains, to create questions that differentiate and assess the details we're looking for. That's it for this episode. Handouts once again are realsciencechallenge.com/EP84. And please give us feedback by either leaving a comment or smashing the like or subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and let's talk science education again soon.